Hello and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I take you through a step-by-step process on how to prepare this particular visualization. So this is going to be our first visualization project in Power BI. If you followed up to this point, hey, well done. I really do appreciate it so much. And so yeah, this is going to be our first data analytics project using Power BI, and we are starting slow with the anime dataset analysis. Now if you know me, you know I'm an anime fan, so yeah, I wanted to start off with something like this. Going forward, we are going to go much deeper into finance, banking, healthcare, and the rest. All right. So yeah, if there is something that you like to take a look at, I'll be leaving the dataset in the description box below. You can download it and follow as we prepare this amazing project. All right, that you can add to your portfolio or anything. Okay. And so yeah, if you're ready, let's jump right in. So I'm going to be taking you through everything from importing the data to the data cleaning process to using some DAX measures. You understand? Yeah, so we'll be doing everything from scratch. And so yeah, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I'll urge you to pause and then you can go back and watch them, as we'll be using a lot of things that we've learned in previous video in this particular project. All right, so yeah, so let's jump right in. I'm going to download the data set. I'm going to import the data set, excuse me. So said I'm leaving the data set in the description box below. If you like to follow, all right, you can follow, and then we can do this together. So I'm importing my data, so it's called admin data set, and I've already gone through the process of using Power Query in Power BI to transform our data sets. All right, so yeah, I jump right in. And we are obviously going to be using this as a guide. All right, I'm going to be using it as a guide. So yeah, so this is our data set. We have it imported into Power BI, Power Query. All right, and like I've said, what I like to do when it comes to my data cleaning is to look at the columns one after the other, know what I'm working with and what I don't want to work with. Okay, so in this particular project, I think we are going to leave the name, and yeah, I think we are going to leave the data type as ABC and 123, because I'm pretty sure some of the names are just numeric, some are also just alphabetical or text. So I'm going to leave them as it is. English name, so this name is just the same as it is, so I can just take this out. Besides, they are full of empty and out spaces, so I just want to take this out. So remove. I'm going to leave the image source. However, some of the image sources are blank, so I'm going to remove blanks. All right, I'm going to remove blanks. Remove. Oh God, how am I doing? I'm too tired. So remove empty. Sorry, forgive me forgive me for that. So once I'm done with this, now I'm going to leave synopsis and a rating. So I'm rating this one's everything that I have now. I'm just going to make it 0. All right, because I don't like having nows in my data set. I just either 0 or I take them out, or I use unknown, okay, to replace them. But these are numerics, so you can use unknown, so I'll just use 0 to replace them. All right, so wherever I see it now, I'll just replace it with 0 for this, this, and this, because they're all numeric. All right, and that is just for the purpose of this project. All right, you can decide to put some values there or take the now values from the data sets, depends on what you want to do, but I just want to replace it with zeros. All right, so I'm going to copy this, select this, select this. So I'm selecting all three, and I'm going to replace them all at once. So because they all have now, they are all like it's, I'm going to say now, I'm going to say replace with 0. All right, because I don't want to have these kind of errors in my data set right now. So yeah, and popularity looks good. Release time, number of episodes. So release time, I'm going to replace the nows with unknown, because we don't know them. All right, so I'm going to replace the nows with unknown. We don't know them. Like I said, I don't want to leave my data sets blank. And this also, I'm going to replace the nows with 0. Now with 0. All right, good. And duration is text. I'm going to leave it as unknown for now. Replace values and nows, replace it with unknown. Okay, so unknown. Then let's move on. So add. So this particular column, there are some shenanigans going on here, so I'm going to come back to this afterwards. So producers and producers, studios, and theme. I'm going to replace the nows with unknown as well. So like I said, you can decide to take them out in your own work or replace it with something else. But I don't like to leave my data sets blank, so I rather prefer using unknown. All right. So yeah, and then demographics. Rather than now, I'm going to use unknown because I do not know. So unknown. Okay. All right. So now this looks okay to me for now. Looks okay to me for now. Then we have, so the rest looks okay except for the third column. Now this is you can't really split or do anything. You need to work out the items in this particular column because the formats are totally different from each other. So this column is basically useless unless you are able to clean it properly. And like I said, a lot of the time these columns are really this messy. Okay, so now what can we do with this? So what I want to do with this is that for the year, I don't need the month and the day. I need just the year. All right, I need to know that okay, so this particular anime, okay, this particular anime was released in what year, which year. I don't need the month and the day, so I'm just going to be focusing on the years. All right, so I'm going to take the year for this, year for this, year for this, and this is already in years exactly. So this is even one reason why I just want the years, because some of them are just in years. So if you are taking how do we call it, if you are taking months and days for it, then there's going to be a whole lot of problems with ones like this. Okay, so we are just going to be focusing on taking the years. This one has years, say June 25 2010 to December 24 2010, so the years. All right, so how do we go about it? So I want to use what I call conditional columns, okay, to separate them. And then conditional columns is something that we've already looked at in my FIFA 2021 data cleaning project. If you haven't watched that, you can watch that to get more insight on how we went about that. All right, so you have basic conditional columns for this particular column. Okay, so let's jump right in and continue. So I'm going to say conditional column. One, add. Oh, all right. So first and foremost, I need to change all this to text. All right, so that I can use contains or does not contain. Okay. So add one. And I'm going to say if add contains select value. If it contains only this, then I need a particular column. All right. Then I need add. All right. So I'm taking all of these ones out of the equation. Okay, I'm taking all of these ones out of the equations. All right, and this one has error here. Let me see. Oh no, let me see. All right, so I want to select this particular one. Oh, this is now so that's now, so it's showing error. So okay, okay, so with the error values here, so what we can do is that I think let me remove this. So since the error is stemming from the fact that the errors here, all right, the analysis, so I had to make it unknown. So replace the values to unknown, and replace the null values to unknown. All right, and now we want to try it again, and I'm going to say add one. Now let's see, add contains this slash, then I want that column, I want add. Okay, all right, so now we have this. So this is what we want, and we want just the years, we don't want this. So now I'd like to split this. I like to split this column by delimiter so that I have only the year, the 2020. All right, so I say rightmost. What do I have? All right, so I have this. So this is what I want. So I'm deleting this. I'm removing this, and I only need for the year. All right, so I have this. Now I need to go back and then get the rest. All right, so that is now I need the ones with like this so that I can just get a year from this. Okay, so I'm going to go back there and I'm going to say conditional column 82, 82, and I'm going to say if ed contains a 2. So if there's a 2 in it, then I want that column. Then I want ed. Okay. All right. So now I have the column for all the dates with 2 or the dates with a format like this. All right. So again, what I can do is that I can split the columns so that I have only 2010, 2017. All right. I only have the years. So I'm going to split column by delimiting again. This time, instead of space, I'm going to say comma. Okay. All right. Comma. All right. So this is what I want. This is the part that I want. So I don't need this part and I don't need this part. So I'm going to remove these two columns. All right. So that I have this and this one. Okay. Then now last one is I'm probably going back and I need to take just these ones. All right. Or these ones. So these ones and then these ones. Okay. So then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to use conditional column again. Now conditional column is something we've looked at. So please, if you haven't watched my video on that, be sure to do that, especially for my FIFA 2021 project where I basically had time to go through all of this. Okay. All right. So 83. All right. So if this contains either this, then leave it. Add else if add again contains a 2, again I don't want anything else. So aside these two, I want you to give me the table. All right. So now we have it for this. We have 2018. So we have only this item. So now I have what I need. Now what can we do? Now we need to merge them. Okay. So now I'm merging this with that. I'm merging them together. I'm merging these columns and I'm calling these columns add year. Good. Good. So now I have this. All right. Let me see. There are some blanks, but that is fine. All right. So this is what I want. So I have the years, and if it's unknown, it's unknown. All right. But everything looks perfectly fine for me. That's something we can use. So now I can come back here. Come back here and I'll just delete this. I'll remove this column. Okay. All right. I just want to check something out before I commence. I want to check fully the blanks. Let me see what they have in there. All right. So what I can do is that I can see if there's nothing there, I want it to be unknown, right? Sure, you can do that. So go to say that what happened. All right. So what I'm going to say is replace values. If there's nothing, I want to replace it with unknown. All right. Yeah, that's 100. Like I said, I don't really like to have my columns with errors. So yeah. So yes, now we have this. We have our name column, we have our image source, we have our synopsis, we have our ratings, we have a rated by, our rank, popularity, release time, number of episodes, duration. We have everything. So everything is looking good. All right, so it's looking good and fine. And so once we are done with this, now we need to come here, close and apply. Okay. So now we are done with that. We are done with the ETL process. All right. And so yeah, we are loading, and then once we have that, we can start building our visualizations. All right. So yes, now we have our data cleaned as we wanted to, and we are about to start our visualization. All right. And so like I've already stated, we'll be using this as a guide. All right, so that we don't go go a different direction from what we are actually doing. All right. And so yeah, so let's continue, jump right in. So the visualization, I need this same background, all right, this background color. And so I can come here and then I'll go to more colors to choose the color. So this is a color. You can use this as well, or you can use a different background color, whichever one that you want. Like I said, you don't have to do everything the same way I'm doing mine. So you can use a different background color and that is perfectly fine, okay? And so I'm going to change my background color and I'm going to use, this is the background that I want to use this. So this is what I'll be using. And yeah, so this is something that I've taken us through already in my videos. This is a series where I talked about how to design a background, so you can check it out. So now we have our background set. We need this and this and this. All right, so yeah, let's jump right in. I'm going to say anime dataset, right? So anime dataset analysis, and so I'm going to come right here to my text box. And yeah, so anime dataset analysis. You can make the title however you want, all right, depending on how you want it. So you don't have to necessarily use what I'm using. You can use what you want to use, all right. But let's just follow and know what we are working with. Okay, so yeah, so on me this looks a little too small, so let's use about 32. All right, okay, so yeah, I think this is fine now. This looks okay. So I made data set analysis and I want to remove the background because I don't need this background. All right, so that's what we have over here, and I'm going to use my cars. All right, so my cars, I need to create a measure for my cars. So what I'm looking at is popularity, rank, popularity rated by number, ratings, and what else are we looking at? Let me see. So count, anime, popularity, total episodes, total rated, total ratings. All right, so that's what we are looking at. So yeah, popularity, total rated by total ratings, count. So that's what we are looking at. So I'll create my measures for it. And so I'm going to come here to enter data, and then I'm going to put in, I'm going to create a measure table for it. All right, so a measure table is simply a table that is that has your measures in. All right, this helps to get your measures organized. All right, so I'm going to name this measure table or measures, and I'm going to say measure. All right, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to name this as my measure table. Okay, and then I'm going to load it. So this is going to be my measure table. All right, and then so yeah. All right, so now I'm done with my measures. So I'm going to be putting them in my cards, or I'm going to create my cards measures. All right. Okay, so now we are done with the first part. We are moving on to the second part where I add pictures and I start working on these other things. All right. And so yes, let's go ahead and do that now. So this particular anime in English, I think that's Attack of Titan. Now I don't know if you watched Attack of Titan, but that was a pretty interesting anime. I mean, I really did enjoy it. If you enjoyed Attack on Titan as well, kindly leave a comment down below. Let me see those of you who are also hardcore anime fans. All right. So now let's continue. So I'm done with it. Now this is slicer. All right. So let's click on this. It's not an image, it's a slicer. All right. And there's a video on how I do this. Go check that out. Now, before I continue, I just want to pause it and say that, hey, if you followed up to this particular point and you're enjoying it, then kindly do well to pause, subscribe, like, and then share this video. All right, that is all. Let's continue. Yeah. So I need to format this. But one thing I like to do, why don't I just get the whole everything set and then we can just format everything all at once, right? So let's do that rather. So now I'm looking at the top three anime genre by count name, all right? So now for these particular ones, what I did was I created a shape for them. All right, so I created a shape. You can see the box, and then I placed the visuals in them. So that is what I'll be working on now. So I'm going to create the shapes, the background shapes, and then I'll be putting the visuals in them. All right, sure. So I'm going to put my status, and I'm going to find the top five producers by user rate. All right. Now let's format the slicer. Okay. Or no, let's just put the visuals in them, like I said. All right. Okay, so now we have everything. So now we are going to format it, and then that should lead us to the end. So let's jump right in and format our visuals. All right. All right. So this looks good to me. So I'm leaving it as it is. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so you're almost halfway there. Feel free to add your own touches if you feel like. All right, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so like I said, if you are enjoying this, kindly leave something in the comment section below. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, let's finish this or wrap this up real quick. Mm, mm, mm. All right, so this is our final work, and this is the end of the project. If you did enjoy this, give it a like and share and subscribe. All right, and so yeah, this is it. I'll see you in the next one.